Good morning, fellow travelers. It is day 3 already of the cruise. My gosh, this is going fast. Today we are going to arrive in Cabo San Lucas. It is about 8:30 in the morning right now, and we're supposed to arrive, I believe, around noon. And this is a tender port, so we will be taking tenders in as well. No docking in Cabo San Lucas. I've had a busy morning already, and I haven't even had coffee, which is tragic. I was up with the sun, videotaping places around the ship that get crowded early, so I got the pool deck, and I don't have to work today, which is excellent. I am doing the Hotel California and Todos Santos tour in Cabo San Lucas. And so we're going to actually meet over in the theater at 12:30, and I guess they'll walk us off the ship and we'll see what it's like. There are steep steps, so if and this was a problem for a couple of the passengers who were on our group. So they loaded almost everybody up, and then we sat there. Meanwhile, the tenders, it's rocking back and forth. There's a fair amount of ocean movement. We're whacking into the side of the ship several times, hard enough that if I'd have been standing, I'd have fallen down. And then finally, we see them helping a man who was he was using a cane, so he was obviously having some issues with the stairs. And so they were helping him down the stairs. I don't know why they don't have some kind of accommodation for someone who, what do they do? It says that you can't, count on wheelchair access for tenders, which is unfortunate. So I guess they were just trying to make do as best they could. He, wasn't in a wheelchair. He was using a cane. And I guess his traveling companion or wife was also somewhat challenged in that regard too, although he was clearly struggling the worst. So they eventually got him down the steep set of stairs, and then got him up over another set of steep stairs and then down onto the tender. So it's, not so easy for them. And I felt really bad for them because it had to have been it looked like it was quite a struggle. And so then we head off to Cabo. It was like 2:30 by then, and we were supposed to have left, our tour was supposed to have left at like 12:30 to be back at 5:30. Well, that's not how it worked out. Drove about an hour to Todos Santos, and we passed by. So it's not a very big town, but it's really cute. And we went through the main drag and up a little hill, and he took us to a cultural center where it was supposed to be a bathroom stop. Only there was just the one roll of toilet paper for like 15 women, which didn't work out as you can expect. And one of the ladies had, one of the guys go to the men's room and fetch another roll of toilet paper so that we could have more than one to share among us. And then the toilets stopped flushing properly. I don't think they enjoyed the toilet paper. A lot of the places in Mexico, you're supposed to sort of not flush the toilet paper. You're supposed to put it in a container that's usually, a basket or something next to the toilet. And I don't think the plumbing was appreciative of quite the efforts that it got with that many people at once. And so that was probably more than you wanted to know. But yeah, that's something to expect potentially on this tour. So the cultural center was set up sort of like a museum. There were several rooms that had a series of exhibits in it, and so we went and looked at each of them, and our guide explained things about them. And then we walked down the hill, and we went one street over, and there was the town square with the big gazebo, like they like to do in towns in Mexico. And there was, across from that, there was a cathedral that a mission that he pointed out. And these were sort of all things that you could do in your spare time. because we were going to have some spare time. And there was a Todos Santos sign, one of the colored signs that they do in Mexico so much, and in so many other places. But I never did get back to it, unfortunately. So then we went to a restaurant, which is actually in the same building as the Hotel California, which is reportedly to be the one from the Eagles song. He didn't actually talk about that. So then we went to, so it included lunch and it included a soft drink, a non-alcoholic drink. They also had someone giving out samples of tequila liqueurs. And they were, I think, $55 a bottle if you wanted to buy a bottle of the tequila liqueur, which I'm not sure they had a lot of takers because that's pretty steep. Anyway, lunch was really good. And then we had probably hour 45 minutes to wander around the town and do whatever we wanted. There was also supposed to be a bar that was called the Tequila Sunrise that was supposed to have the best margaritas in Mexico or something like that. Only it closed early. So I actually went over there to see if I could get a drink. I don't do tequila, but they apparently are full bar, and they had already like rolled up the sidewalk, so to speak. They'd taken all their chairs in. And so I didn't get to have a drink there. But we were supposed to be there by 5:45, and we were supposed to leave by 5:50 because the last tender was supposed to leave the dock at 7, and that the idea was we were going to get there for the last tender, and that was really cutting it close, and it made me nervous, and it made a bunch of other people nervous too. But it was a booked princess tour, and so they will hold the ship for us, you know, if we were late, which was really good because we were late. We missed the last tender, and they had someone there at the dock. So basically, we all got off the bus, right? And they sort of had us line up sort of around the corner from the bus. And they had a representative walk us through. If you've ever been to Cabo, you know there's like all these vendors and you know, pharmacies and various stores. A lot of the stores were closed, but there were still people trying to sort of, you know, distract you. And so they walked us through, I think partly with the idea that way they'd have fewer people, you know, getting distracted and not catching the tender with everybody that was waiting for them. And so we got to it, it was a private tender. It wasn't one of the princess ones. And everybody got in, and it's pitch dark by then. And I was hoping to get a shot of the ship, because I was not sitting in the right place in the tender to get it on the way out. And we got to approach the Discovery Princess at night with her all lit up, and she was gorgeous, and it was really fun to see that, and I've captured that. Of course, by the time you see this video, that video would have long since published. But yeah, it was really good. Hello, Solo Sue here. It is the end of day 3. We were in Cabo today, and I took a shore excursion called Hotel California and Todos Santos. It was an interesting excursion, and I enjoyed the tour. I'm glad I did it. I'd never been to that area, and it was fun. It was a very cute town. So dinner was, I went over to the buffet, didn't see anything that looked appetizing, grabbed a drink and went down to the International Cafe and had a sandwich and a little macaroni salad and called it a night. I did manage to make one purchase, this lovely dragon, and he hangs on the wall right now with those magnetic hooks I have. He was a challenge to get home, but he made it. Tomorrow I have, we have Mazatlan. I have an early tour, if I recall, and I'll let you know how it goes. Solo Sue signing off.